We're following arrests in Turkey for the deadly attack at Istanbul airport. Police have arrested 13 people in connection to this suicide bombing that's killed 42 people, injuring more than 200 others. This video you're seeing is several raids at 16 different locations. We're covering how communities around the world are responding to this shooting. In Sydney, you can see in this picture, candles say Orlando. President Obama now in Poland addressing the public. He's released a statement to the Dallas shooting saying that people and police, people of all races, can do better. Let's go to that speech.
Anyone involved in these senseless murders will be held fully accountable. Justice will be done.
Breaking developments just in from missing Egypt Air Flight 804. Authorities believe they found debris off the coast of Israel. This is footage here. This is from that Egypt Air flight that went missing over the Mediterranean Sea, going from Paris to Cairo. This is in May, killing all 66 people on board. The beaches around the coastal bend are a big attraction for tourists and locals. And according to the Department of Development in Port Aransas, this is causing a litter issue. And as our Danielle St. Marie reports, one local Eagle Scout has found a solution. It's the first day of summer and it's blistering hot outside, but the heat won't stop Sea City Work Camp from fixing roofs for the community. Now, Sea City Work Camp's mission is to bring hope to families in need. But now the group finds itself struggling to fulfill that mission. This year, they've had some major budget cuts, so they're going to be repairing 10 houses instead of the usual 13. They also have 1 week to do it instead of 2. It's a Tuesday morning, and dozens of kids are taking off to the open waters, hoping they'll be the one to bring in the biggest catch. For 10-year-old Frida Olali, this is her first time fishing. What are you thinking right now? Are you nervous?
Yeah, a little.
Frida was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia 2 months ago. She's been doing intensive chemotherapy on Tuesdays, treatments that made her doctor wonder if fishing today would be too much for her to handle. The moment is finally here, and it's time to fish.
We're just gonna go in this way. There you go, you're set. There we go. Now you get the feel of it.
Well, many of our vets returning from combat duty are becoming casualties of war here at home. Just yesterday, Alice Marine veteran Daryl Almond took his own life at an Agua Dulce baseball field. He hadn't been seen since Monday, and friends say he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, Heroes on the Water, a local organization that reaches out to vets, is all too familiar with stories like Daryl Almond's. But as Samantha Miles shows us, their approach is to re-establish the camaraderie that these vets left behind.
Yeah, it was a sad thing to read.
Joseph Briones had heard about Daryl Almond's death. Even today, it's still painful to talk about a fallen comrade. Sadly, there are many more.
For 14 years now, and we've had less than 6,000 American soldiers get killed in combat. We've had over 128,000 veterans commit suicide. I'm sorry.
Briones and others like him have redirected that pain into helping fellow veterans and those still in the service. He works with Heroes on the Water. It's a group with one mission: to help their brothers and sisters in arms reconnect and maintain the camaraderie they had in the military.
We have a lot of volunteers that are military that step up because they want to get back in that leadership position.
Briones and other members of Heroes on the Water are driven by tragedies like Daryl Almond's death.
And that's what our organization tries to prevent. And when you have 22, on the average, 22 veterans that commit suicide, it's unacceptable.
When the group started 4 years ago, 8 people showed up. Now they see 40 people come. 35 of those are men. Women started coming just a few months ago. Now they're a small army. Their mission?
They focus on one thing, and that's kayaking and fishing. And that's the important thing. And then when they get back, they start to bond in, and that is the strongest thing that you can achieve as far as rehabilitation.
And what may sound like just a fun day on the water has a very serious purpose. It helps vets decompress and adjust to non-combat life at their own speed.
They're up here in an area that the adrenaline is real high, and the noise and the moving, they're always doing this and that. And then you come down to a level with the civilian life where it's a lot slower, or you don't have that discipline and rigidness that they're used to.
Members of Heroes on the Water don't have medical training. They're not mental health experts, but they've been there. They know what it's like to be in the military, and they know you never leave anyone behind.
Their responsibility is those veterans.
And their events are more like family gatherings because that's what it's like being in the service.
It's all part of the healing is being around the brothers and sisters.
It's considered by police one of the deadliest drugs on the streets, and until recently, you could buy it legally. This new street drug is leading to skyrocketing numbers of overdoses and deaths.
It's taken over crack cocaine, all that has fallen to the wayside with people trying to purchase and buy and use synthetic.
Arrests are also climbing. Since January, Officer Michael Garcia says he's already made 200 arrests uptown and downtown, often arresting the same people over and over again. The drug's effect is alarming.
We call them looking like zombies. I've seen kids go down there, clean cut, nice clothing, and 2 months later they're still down there wearing the same clothing. Their teeth are almost missing.
It's like Russian roulette. One person might smoke it, and then the next person might right next to them die from it.
Dealers also prey on homeless, synthetic pot becoming a huge cash source for drug dealers. Just yesterday, police raided a hotel on SPID. Here at this hotel, narcotics officers seized $17,000 in synthetic marijuana. That's 427 packages that were going to be sold on the streets. But it's not just happening on the streets. And this park, once a popular place for synthetic drugs, a fence now in place to try to prevent that from happening.
And there were a lot of kids that are in nursing homes at 17, 18 years old that'll be there forever.
It's sad to see. It's sad to see that not only the youth, but there's elderly people up there. People are just hooked on it.
And people are dying from it. Samantha Miles, Chris 6 News.